Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone did something at the drop of a hat? This common English idiom can be confusing for beginner learners, but understanding it can greatly improve your communication skills. Let me tell you a funny story about a mix-up with this idiom. My friend, Sarah, was planning a surprise party for her roommate's birthday. She told her roommate, "I can plan the party at the drop of a hat." But her roommate thought she meant she could literally drop a hat, and the party would be planned. So, what does "at the drop of a hat" actually mean? This idiom refers to someone who is quick to act or react, without much hesitation or preparation. Now, let's see how this idiom is used correctly. My friend, Alex, is always ready to help out his neighbors. Whenever they need something, he's there at the drop of a hat to lend a hand. He doesn't need much time to get ready, he's just happy to assist whenever they need him. Here are some example sentences using the idiom "at the drop of a hat." She's willing to change her travel plans at the drop of a hat to accommodate her boss. My brother is always ready to go on a spontaneous adventure at the drop of a hat. In a formal business meeting, it's best to avoid making decisions at the drop of a hat. The comedian had the audience laughing at the drop of a hat with his witty jokes. The author's writing style is so engaging that it draws the reader in at the drop of a hat. The CEO can call an emergency meeting at the drop of a hat to address any urgent issues. Posting on social media at the drop of a hat can sometimes lead to regrettable decisions. To help you remember the meaning of "at the drop of a hat," imagine someone ready to fight or react instantly. The dropping of the hat symbolizing the immediate start of the action. The origin of this phrase is often associated with dropping a hat to start a race. However, it is more likely related to the quick action required in 19th century impromptu fistfights or duels, where dropping one's hat signaled a willingness to fight. Some similar idioms to "at the drop of a hat" include "in a heartbeat" and "in the blink of an eye." These all convey the idea of being quick to act or react. On the other hand, the opposite of "at the drop of a hat" would be taking one's time or being deliberate. Let me show you how you can use "at the drop of a hat" in your own sentences. I can go on a hiking trip at the drop of a hat. I can rephrase this as, "I'm always ready to go on a hiking trip, without much preparation." Here's a real-life example of how "at the drop of a hat" can be effectively used. My colleague, Sarah, was in the middle of an important project when her boss asked her to take on an additional task. Sarah didn't hesitate and said, "I can take care of that at the drop of a hat." Her boss was impressed by her willingness to adapt and take on the extra work. One common mistake when using "at the drop of a hat" is to say "at the drop of the hat" instead. This is incorrect, as the idiom refers to a single hat, not a specific hat. Another mistake is to use the idiom in a context where it doesn't quite fit, like saying "I can clean my room at the drop of a hat" when it's a task that requires more time and preparation. Let's test your understanding of the idiom "at the drop of a hat" with a few questions. 1. What does the idiom "at the drop of a hat" mean? A. Quickly and without much hesitation. B. Slowly and with careful consideration. C. Randomly and without a plan. Correct answer, A. 2. Which of the following is a synonym for "at the drop of a hat"? A. In a heartbeat. B. On a whim. C. With great effort. Correct answer, A. 3. Which of the following is an antonym for "at the drop of a hat"? A. With great haste. B. After much deliberation. C. Without any preparation. Correct answer, B. In summary, the idiom at the drop of a hat refers to someone who is quick to act or react without much hesitation or preparation. Understanding and using this idiom correctly can help you communicate more effectively and naturally in English. Remember, the key is to be ready to act or respond at the drop of a hat when the situation calls for it. Now it's your turn. Share your own experiences or examples of using the idiom at the drop of a hat in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful English idiom lessons.